Good morning. I got some feedback from the videos I did yesterday, and one of the main things is how do we hold people accountable? Here it is. You have to put a candidate in the seat that's going to put it on the books. That's it. That's the simplest answer possible. These lobbyists, people with all this money, they don't spend all this money changing rules and regulations that don't benefit them. And they know they have to follow certain rules and regulations. If there are not rules and regulations that are there, they call that a loophole. Hey, there was no rules against it. This is what we did. Now we have to create a rule so you don't do the same thing. Over the years, and again, I like to say I was born in 1982. I'm 42 years old right now. Not many candidates, if any, create rules that hold them accountable. There's typically like a way for them to get out of it. What I'm simply saying is, and it's a very simple answer, put the final bottom line in the hands of the same people that elect you. That's pretty simple to me. If a policy that is made is going to affect a large group or the majority of my state, then my state needs to bottom line that as something that they accept or don't accept. That to me makes logical sense. Now, yes, if 50% of the state goes this way, sorry about that. If 51% of the state votes this way, this meant 49% of the state didn't, right? So you're always gonna have an argument. And in some cases, an argument being defined as a difference of perspective or opinion, not a fist fight. You're gonna have, that's healthy. Hey, this is why I voted this way. This is why I did not agree. And we're going to see the ebbs and flows, the goods and the bads come from that. But right now, the missing link is we don't have a way to hold elected officials accountable to the things that they say. Now, you can get all the news that says this person is lying to you. They're not telling the truth. That's not what this means. That's not what that means. If we have a rule that says that you cannot put out misinformation, it means that now you have to approach the table with research. You have to have done your homework. You have to have sat, you have to have read, and you have to have references to prove. There will always be differences of opinion. But if I tell you something, you should be able to go and find exactly what I said. And if it is true or not. You shouldn't have to find out if the news looked it up. You should be able to look it up yourself. If you look at any video I've ever done, I've given you the book, I've given you all the page numbers, I've given you the website, I've told you where you can go find this info, because that's important to me. Letting you read for yourself is very important. If you can't read for yourself, let me read it for you. And a lot of times that's the piece that we're missing. We don't have anything on the books that says that when you campaign, you have to be honest. So when you get someone and they find out that, hey, you have a problem with insurance. And then I say, I'm going to lower insurance. And then for the whole first year I'm in office, I never support or produce a single piece of legislation to lower insurance. Now, it's different if the body votes against me. But if I don't even push that narrative, then to me, I was dishonest. And I don't think we can keep allowing dishonesty in the people that we elect. They should be held to a higher moral standard, but one that is governed. They should not just be given, oh, that's a good person because we put them in that slot. Absolutely not. You need something. You need some code of ethic. You need something that holds you accountable to what you say. When I filled out the paperwork to become a candidate, immediately, one of the first thoughts that came to my mind was, hey, when I start going out to people, I need them to be able to go back and reference what I say. Now, if I'm just being passionate about, I don't like lies. But I guarantee you, if I make it, somebody that met me when I first joined the Navy is going to say, you know what, he lied to me when he first joined the Navy, so clearly he's a liar. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have told a lie before. Won't say I didn't. My thing is this. My thing is, when you run for an office, there should be a regulation in place that if I tell you that I'm going to do something, that I must do it. And we need to put a time frame on that. Hey, you said you would implement legislative authority. I'm going to implement that absolutely immediately for citizens. You're going to put the majority of citizens have to bottom line and or vote for anything that you say. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Not just anything that affects the majority of the citizens in this state. And that legislative authority is going to trickle all the way down to your neighborhoods. If you have a school board that has 7 members on it, and they make all the decisions for everybody that's in that county or that jurisdiction, that final vote is gonna go back to the community. It's gonna go back to the community because the community has to accept what's being put out. If the community doesn't accept it, it doesn't go on the books. But we got to start at the top. We got to start at the top. We cannot let the top always have a way out. The top must be bound by something. And it's got to be bound by the people who elect that top position. They must always know that at every corner, the individuals who put you in are the same individuals who decide what you do. That's got to be in their mind every time they make a decision. They cannot have autonomy to do and say anything they want because you're at the top of the system that's supposed to work for all of us. That means that the majority of citizens, we need it on the books. You need to understand we need it on the books. And what do I mean when I say on the books? We need it in the state's constitution. That's the highest piece of legislation. We need it in the state's constitution. That's what they're going to argue. So let's put it in the state's constitution and then let the trickle-down effects work. Holding people accountable. You got to start at the top all the time. There can be no seat that is not held accountable. Not that you need to elect someone into. So let's do better at understanding. We got to get it on the books. That's important to me. So if you want to know, that's what we're going to do. You're going to elect me for governor of Florida in 2026. And we're going to get it on the books. You guys have a great day.